Woo! I'm a woman. And speaking. Rocking the double X chromosome right here. That's how I roll. So, I always thought that feminism was something they'd fixed in the 70s. You know, like they had a big bonfire, and they threw all these bras on it, and everyone grew like luxurious armpit hair. And then it was just solved, like they'd done it. Like sexism was over. They were like, that's great, we'll meet back here on Monday, we'll tackle racism and homophobia, see you guys then. And I thought, this is great, this is wonderful. I can just be a brain with legs. It turns out that's not actually the case. Turns out we still need feminism, it's still doing things for us. And I think there's a moment in every life when you become aware that you're playing through life, not just on like person mode, but in lady mode, which is a fun mode, better outfits. You can wear dresses, they're just big shirts, and suddenly you look good. But otherwise, there are subtle difficulties. There are all these tasks that are unexpected that you have to perform. And the moment when you realize, oh, I'm playing through this on lady mode, not person mode, they give you this like metaphorical manual. And when you read through it with all these instructions, you begin to wonder if someone was confused somewhere along the line. Because it seems like from the manual they think that you're some sort of superhero or mutant or a werewolf. Because they keep holding you accountable for other people's comfort. It's like Cyclops, he has to wear this visor all the time or he'll melt people with his vision. That's my understanding of it from the X-Men. And with women, it's things like that, but for talking. It's like they're holding you accountable for how comfortable the people around you are, which is weird because you're not a couch. You're not a sweater. That would be a normal setting to hold somebody accountable for how comfortable you make them. But in fact, there are all these instructions. They're like, if you ever wear leggings to school instead of pants, they have to shut the whole place down. They send you home. Montana tried to pass a law against wearing leggings as pants. This is a fact. This happened. Because they think like the sea is going to rise and people are going to riot and panic. You have such power. Or if you're walking down the sidewalk and you won't smile when a guy asks you to, he follows you for blocks. He's like, why aren't you smiling? You're ruining my day. You have such power. Or if you're in a meeting and you just state your opinion in a straightforward manner, people panic. They're like, why are you so bitchy? Who upset you? Who urinated on your breakfast of choice? Why are you so unreasonably angry? Jennifer Lawrence did this once, and everyone around her just flipped. And so as a consequence of this great power we wield, most women have learned how to speak 2 languages, or like 4, you can be fluent in languages, but the second language is something I like to call woman in a meeting, where you take your thought and you crochet a verbal sweater for it so the edges don't bump anybody or poke them or make them uncomfortable. Let me give you a little example of this. So if you're trying to say a good manly phrase like, give me liberty or give me death, you put that into woman in a meeting and it comes out like, well, Dave, I just think liberty would be terrific, but of course, the alternative might be awful, frankly, just in my opinion. Just take it for what it's worth. Or if you're trying to say, let my people go, it comes out, well, Pharaoh, just have you given any consideration? I don't want to butt in here, Dave. I just think if you gave some consideration to maybe not holding people, just a thought, I don't know, maybe we cover this. Or if you're like, I will be heard, it's like, no, Dave, you go ahead. And there's actually sort of a cottage industry, apart from this, of critiquing how women talk. It's not just women in a meeting speak. I think some people on the internet think that we're doing this on purpose, like to amuse ourselves, like we go into meetings and we're like, I'm going to speak this way just for funsies. And so they have all these articles being like, you know, if you just remove just from your vocabulary, the workplace would be solved. Oh no, I just said it. Oh no, I just said it again. Oh no, I keep saying it. But there are all these articles that if you listen to them, it's like you can't ever use vocal fry or uptalk or end your sentence in a question, and you can't use baby talk, and you certainly can't say sorry, and you certainly can't say just, and definitely no saying just sorry. And by the time you're done with it, you're just growling and beating your chest. Or silent, which could alternatively be the point. And when I first noticed this phenomenon, I wrote about woman in a meeting speak, and I got deluged with all of these emails from women in all kinds of walks of life, just in the business world, in the science world. I got a letter from like a lady scientist who was like, this has happened to me. People have said you don't use enough smiley faces in your emails. Why are we making our lady scientists type smiley faces into their emails? This is not a good use of anyone's time, especially not when they could be doing science. That's what gives us lights and sounds. I'm unclear on how science works. Let's go back to the talk. But not because I'm a woman, just because I'm an English major. And when I hear all of these things that we have to do just to get into the room, just to sheathe our tremendous power, I'm reminded of this quote from Ann Richards, the governor of Texas, where she used to say, Ginger Rogers did everything Fred Astaire did, but she had to do it backwards and in high heels. And I think that's sort of where we are. It's not like we're not dancing, and it's great to be up there and dancing, and in the room, and in that meeting, and working outside the home, and hey, we can own land and property, that's terrific. We can vote. We're not being married off at 14 and thrown into dungeons. And if we are, that's human trafficking, and there are laws that cover that. But at the same time, there are all these little accommodations that we're constantly being forced to make. Not big deal accommodations, not things that'll keep you down forever. Just an added level of difficulty when all you want to do is play through your day in person mode, and you're being forced to play through it in lady mode again. And I think there's not too hard of a fix to this. Mostly the fix is just letting people know it's happening. Because when I've written about this, I've gotten responses from 50% of the room being like, yes, I've done this, I'm a woman, this has happened. And the other 50% of the room being like, I've never noticed a woman do this in my life. This has not been my experience. What ladies are you hanging out with? So you just have to let people know that this is going on. This is happening. Because it's sort of a makeup problem. The number of times that guys are like, you look wonderful without makeup. And I'm like, I'm wearing makeup. How I look without makeup is me wearing makeup. This is makeup. It's a problem like that. It's something where once you see it, you can't unsee it, like sexism in laundry commercials. They're ruined forever. And once you notice it, you can start adjusting, and you can say, hey, wait a second. If a woman doesn't put a smiley face in an email, it's not because she's upset. It's because she's a person sending an email. I can't believe I have to go through this. It's like, if a woman doesn't put an exclamation mark at the end of her sentence, it's because she's a person sending an email. It's not rocket neurosurgery. And once we figure this out, everyone will be in a better place. We'll stop wasting time adding sentences. We won't have to download these apps that remove just from your emails. Take out the exclamation points, although admittedly my emails look like a forest of exclamation points with like words wandering lost among them. We won't have to do any of that anymore because people will notice it and will stop. And we can all play through our days on person mode. And the next time a little girl wants to get out there and dance, she can do it forwards in flats, the way they intended. Thank you.
Right.